Hey, how's it going, guys? Matt here from the Toasty Bros, and I just finished editing the video you're about to watch, and I wanted to add this at the beginning of the video because I think there's a few areas in the video where we kind of misinterpreted what we're trying to talk about, and I just wanted to reiterate the main motivation behind doing this video. Now, the main concept of this video was inspired by Greg from Science Studio's video about rent-to-own PC hardware and just our observation of the market of these different places popping up that offer rent-to-own options, which look a lot like financing, hence why we mentioned financing a ton throughout this video. Even though this isn't directly financing in most cases, some of these places will just give you a rent to own, which is what they like to call it, option where you can buy hardware and pay a higher fee, which kind of looks like financing, but in some cases isn't financing. It's really confusing. There's a lot of research you could do into it if you wanted to, but we use the word financing a ton. Just know we are referring to the rent to own market that does exist now for PC hardware and graphics cards. Now, we don't normally reiterate other people's topics, but this is such an important topic that we felt it was very important for us and even some other PC tech YouTubers out there to make videos about this, because there's a lot of people who fall for these things. They get in thinking that, okay, I'm just going to be paying a little bit more in the long run, not realizing what effects could happen if you do end up paying double for your graphics card, double for your 2080 Ti with financing or rent to own, and then you end up getting something that is a horrible investment overall. So in this video, we just dive into some details and some examples of how you can avoid this type of situation, some things you could do, and just plain general advice from us, budget tech YouTubers. So if you guys like this video, be sure to leave a like and we will get right into it. But first, a word from today's sponsor. As a creator, creating content is almost second nature. Once the idea hits my mind, I almost go into autopilot, doing scripting, recording, and editing until it's complete. However, getting it seen on the crowded space that is YouTube is a whole other challenge. With TubeBuddy though, you get access to a wide range of tools like tag optimizers and search ranking results to help you optimize your content to succeed on YouTube. Want to give it a shot? Click the link down below to learn more. Alright guys, so the main concept of this video is talking about a system out there that's becoming very popular where you can go out and finance not only gaming PCs, but PC parts. Now before we get into this, I want to give you all a disclaimer. What we're going to be doing is talking about financing. Now there are multiple examples of how this would work when it comes to buying a computer or graphics card. Sometimes you pay weekly, sometimes you pay monthly, but most of the times it is a sort of financing, and there are a bunch of different ways that companies go about doing this, and we're going to tell you exactly why you should avoid these in particular ways on how you can actually get a PC without putting yourself in a lot of extra money spent that you really didn't need to do.
So the first thing we're going to go ahead and highlight is probably one of the most common things financed besides the whole entire computer itself, and that's graphics cards. So there's a lot of people that actually will finance things like 2080 Ti's, really only the higher end cards, because they're not going to finance like a $100 card. So really similar concept to that. It's like financing cars. You know, you have a really expensive car, right? And you buy it, you know, you finance it. The problem with that though is you're going to end up paying like double what the car is really worth, and then next thing you know, that car is not worth anything. You're going to end up selling it for nothing. So same thing with like a 2080 Ti. You finance it, you spend like almost $2,000 over this span of like a few months, and next thing you know, that 2080 Ti you can buy brand new for like $800 or something like that.
And to reiterate that, the fact that you could do something like that with a car, which is kind of a need for most people, getting a car, financing sometimes is the only option. We're talking about a graphics card here, folks. Like, it's for gaming most of the time. Even if you are working on your PC and you need a graphics card like this, it's not really smart to finance. It's not as much of a need as something like a car or something that you would take out financing for. So that's kind of the main point we're trying to get across is, especially if you're looking at that 2080 Ti for your new PC and you feel like you have to have it, you don't need to spend that much. If you can afford paying sometimes like 30, 40 bucks, even a week for a graphics card sometimes, you're way better off just saving it for a month, save up your money, and buying like a decent card like an RX 580, a 1660 Super. There's a ton of different cards out there that we recommend and we've done in multiple PC builds that will do just fine. You don't need that latest and greatest, and you don't need to go to that sort of extent to really get it.
And that's the other problem is by the time you have that graphics card paid off, they're going to have the 3080 Ti or, you know, whatever the next latest and greatest thing is. It's already going to be out, and guess what? You're still paying off that card, so you can't just really go out and buy another $1,000 graphics card when you're paying like 30 or 40 bucks a month anyways.
So a few examples that I like to mention is the fact that you could get a gaming PC for, let's say, $500, which our favorite build that we've done is the Ryzen 5 2600 with an RX 580 build. Very popular build that we do all the time. And that system, if for some reason you feel like financing a PC for $1,000 that may have better specs, but you end up paying like $2,000 in the long run, if you're paying anywhere between 40 or 50 bucks a week, you could save up for just a couple of months and straight up buy a PC that will probably do more than you need, especially if you're getting into live streaming. It's upgradable. There's a lot of different things you could do with that PC that you really wouldn't be wasting a whole lot of money on. You're getting good value for your money.
And you guys know that we're not really for pre-builts here, but I think both of us would really recommend, if you're like just on edge, like you need a computer right now and you're thinking about financing, we would still recommend straight buying a pre-built if that's like the road you're trying to go down, just because that pre-built that's, let's say, $800, if you finance it, you're probably gonna be spending over $1,000 on it over the span of time instead. So if you can find just some sort of way, just buy it.
Now, we're in no way going after particular companies that are talking about financing stuff or do finance PC parts and hardware. It's just kind of a smart buyer's decision. We really like to save money here, and there's a lot of people out there who just feel like they have to have that latest and greatest, and it's not necessarily the case. And you don't really need to spend $2,000 or $1,000 to get a gaming PC, which if you watch our videos, you most definitely know that. So this is just kind of a little PSA that we wanted to do. We thought it'd be a good educational video to help people out there who are considering financing a PC to come across this and just kind of get some advice from us regarding the path that you should take. There could be some situations where it makes sense. We can't think of many. I would love to know in the comment section down below if you have a situation that would make sense to you, why you would want to finance a PC. We're always open to hearing what you guys have to think. But overall, we do highly suggest going the route of saving up your money and just being patient. If you're able to pay off a PC at 50 bucks a week or 100 bucks a month, you could wait a couple of months and just buy a PC outright. It's a smarter decision.
So as many of you guys might know, Matt and I have known each other for a really long time. And you know, back in the day before we even had gaming computers, we were some money fiends. Like we did stuff like make business cards for lawn service and stuff like that. You know, Matt even worked at like the local pool and stuff like that. There's lots of ways that you can get a job before you're 16. A lot of people think, you know, until I'm 16, I cannot get a job. Well, that's not true. You might have trouble getting a job that gives you W-2s and all that, but you can easily find a job that just pays cash under the table and save up for your PC.
And you know we like to buy our stuff off places like Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace. Just take that cash, go to Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, pick up a really awesome computer that you looked at, obviously, and tested. And that could be a good way for you to get a PC without really having any issues whatsoever. It's super simple to do. And there are a lot of different ways you can make money. And we even can expand on it even more if we wanted to, but it'd be a pretty long video on how you can make money. But we'll leave that to the experts, you know, the Ty Lopez's out there, you know, Lamborghinis.
Why finance a computer when you can finance a Lamborghini?
Finance that Lamborghini with knowledge.
So the overall premise of this video is don't finance a PC just because there's really not much of a reason to, especially when you look at the long-term effects of it. And in the description down below, we're actually going to put some builds with like price points. You know, we'll try to do one for 150, 200, whatever. We have previous builds that we've done that are even cheaper now. So we have all kinds of ways that you can at least get your hands on a PC for really cheap, and then you can upgrade it down the line. Instead of paying 50 bucks, you know, a week or a month to pay for the computer you just bought, why not 50 to 100 bucks on a component each week?
But once again, guys, don't finance a computer. It's not really a good idea. If you're interested in PC builds, link down below. It's exactly what he said, but I just wanted to say it again because there's two of us here. So let's go ahead and wrap this video up.
So as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And we will see you guys in the next one.
Peace.
How about we finance these videos, you know?
Yo, let's finance our freaking manager.
Yeah, let's
walk in, get out of here, finance,